Hi guys, Andrea, the Catholic gardener here. So it's time for an update. Now, today's been kind of crazy. It's very hot outside. That's why I'm starting my intro in here. I didn't have a chance to do an update this morning because we got up and went to the farmer's market and just kind of had some fun with my in-laws. So and I don't think that I'm going to have time to do it later, and I really don't want to wait any longer for the update. So I'm going to do it in the heat, so bear with me. But we're going to be at my in-laws tonight, so I sometimes we stay there late, so I just didn't want to risk it. I want to go ahead and get this update going so that you can see what's going on. But first, before I bring you to the update today, I want you to see some of the things that I did this week. So here you go. Okay, so I'm going to be taking out this monstrosity tonight and making space because I'm going to plant a couple other things over here. It's not too late to plant some things. So for example, I'm going to be planting some dragon tongue beans, bush beans here, and we're going to see how I can grow those over here, see if that works out. But yeah, I should have a little bit of room. So I was about to pull this cilantro plant out of the garden, but first I thought I should just go ahead and try to collect some of these seeds. So let me kind of show you these. Those are just some of the seeds that are on that plant. There's so many more. So many seeds on this thing. It was so crazy. But I'm going to go ahead and save these. It's okay. I scared you. He was curious about this little spot over here in the garden that's open now. This little sneaker, he likes to pop into my beds and walk around the plants. Sometimes munching on them, so I have to catch him sometimes when he's trying to do that. So this makes me sad, but this plant is not doing very good. It's a jet star, and it's not really growing tall very well. It's just kind of like hunkering over, and it's kind of been that way for a while. So I think that I'm going to go ahead and take it out because I don't think it's very healthy. I'm coming out here to harvest some kale so that we can have some for breakfast and lunch. And maybe some not baby bok choy, but the purple lady bok choy. I'm going to show you what it looks like without the net on. It really is looking pretty healthy and good over here. I did catch a moth in the net yesterday, so I had to get him out, but then I did see a couple little caterpillars that were trying to munch on my kale, so I got rid of them, but I haven't seen any since. But that doesn't mean that there isn't any in here, and there might be some eggs under the leaves. So I've been trying to check the leaves, but I think overall the net has been very, very helpful. So check this out. This is the Dinosaur Kale. They are definitely getting bigger, and then in the middle there is the Scarlet Kale. And then we have the purple lady bok choy right there, and has done surprisingly well throughout this heat, which surprised me very much. That's a pretty good amount of kale for the day, I would say. Got my scarlet kale and my dinosaur kale here. Oh yeah, my son Henry will be really excited. He loves kale. Hey guys, this is Andrea. It looks like some of our beets really need to start coming out. Some of them still could probably use a little longer in the ground, but I need to go ahead and pull some of these because I can see at the top of some of these that they definitely look ready. Like if you see that one right there poking out the top. Yeah, so I'm gonna pull some of these and we'll see what I get. This is what I've gotten so far. I definitely still have a ton still left in the bed. I'm going to let those go a little bit longer, maybe another week or two. But these ones look like they were pretty ready. So the one on the right over here on the end. This one is the bull's blood red, or is it bull's blood? Yeah, bull's blood beet. They have like a darker leaves, and then the beet itself is supposed to be a really bright red. And these are the Detroit red beets. These are going to be red with kind of like almost like a fuchsia color. And then I'm going to cook up these greens too. I might try some for lunch. But I can't decide if I'm going to either make a little hummus out of this or if I'm going to make pickled beets. I haven't decided yet. What do you guys think? Here they are all cleaned off, at least this first batch. They look so good. They're gonna be delicious. Can I just point out the stems on these Detroit red beets? They are so pretty. I really love this like fuchsia and white stripe. How pretty. I think I'm gonna stir fry those up, see how they taste. But first batch. Excuse the wind, it is very windy today, but I wanted to show you something. I just think this is so adorable, and I'm probably the only one that like really cares about this, but look at this. Look at this tiny, let me see if I can focus. Tiny little baby green bean. It's so adorable when they're that small. Like, it's adorable. There's my little raised bed garden so far. Looking pretty good, looking very full. So let's take a closer look. It's really hot. And it's really bright out here, so I'm sorry guys. Hope you guys are all doing well with this virus. Everyone well, I hope. Let me know. We'll start over here with the carrots, and they are getting bigger as you can see. Let me get in close here. Let's see. Nothing poking out of the ground yet. They still have some time in the bed here. I've got the St. Valerie carrots and the Parisian carrots. And my beets. I still have, these are the ones I still have left in the bed that I have not harvested yet. I'm going to give those a little bit longer. Not too much longer though. But let me see if I can get a closer look here. Let's see if you can see. There's one beet kind of poking out of the ground there, but I'm just giving these a little bit longer. And I was really surprised. I frequent the Baker Creek website a lot because it's my favorite seed company, and I'm always, you know, looking for new seeds to buy and to try out. And this bull's blood beet, I was very surprised. A lot of people were saying that they didn't get any beets out of them. Like, they would get some leaves, but they wouldn't have any actual beets. And I guess that just really surprised me. Maybe they were growing at the wrong time, or I don't know, maybe I just got really lucky actually. But so far mine are, I mean, they're not looking as great as my Detroit red beets, like as far as size goes, but I am getting beets. And I know you just saw a video of me harvesting one, and it was a pretty good size, and this one's not too bad, and that one's starting to poke out of the ground there, and I had one over there that was a pretty decent size as well. So here's my kale, and you saw earlier that I harvested some kale, and I'm glad I did when I did, because I found several cabbage worms on these just yesterday, and as you can see, they are trying to really eat up, and let me take this off, eat up the kale in here. Do you see that? And they seem to prefer my dinosaur kale over my scarlet kale, because my scarlet kale is looking pretty decent. And I actually found quite a few on my purple lady bok choy too, so that was so frustrating, but I tried to get as many as I could. I'm sure there are probably still some in here, but I'm going to keep an eye, and I've been spraying some neem oil just to kind of see if that will help as well. But yeah, I think really what happened here is, you know, I have the netting on here, but I live in Kansas and it's very windy here. You know, we're a prairie state, so there's always a lot of wind. And I think there's been several times where the wind has like lifted this up, and I've had to readjust it many times. So I'm wondering during those times that if, you know, those little moths snuck their way in there. But I just want to show you this too real quick. This is a tiny bok choy plant going to seed. I'm going to save the seeds for that. These are beautiful little yellow flowers, just gorgeous. Here's my potatoes, still getting huge, growing, doing very well. Over here, where I used to have the radishes, I decided to go ahead and plant some zucchini plants. I have about 3 different varieties in here. And I never really thought about the whole cross-pollination thing. I'm still researching that and still learning about that. I really don't know if that's going to affect anything. Let me know down in the comments if you know. But over here I have the green bush zucchini. Right here I have Black Beauty, these two. And then I have a Ford hook, which I'm really liking the Ford hook leaves. I think they're so pretty. But anyway, this will definitely fill out this part of the bed and really bush out and get huge. So I can't decide if I'm going to do cages on it or not yet. It really just depends. Right now I have them covered. I know you're probably wondering why I have them covered. So right now I have them covered because I'm worried about the vine borers. We have them really bad here, and every time I grow zucchini, it never fails. The vine borers come and they ravage my plants and they kill them before I can even get any zucchinis. And sometimes maybe I'll get like 1 zucchini. And that's actually why I decided to do more than a couple plants here too, just for that very reason. But right now I'm covering them. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep them covered and then try to self-pollinate, or if I'm going to maybe lift the cover every now and then so that the bees can get in there. But like I said, I'm just worried about that vine borer moth, and I'm hoping that I planted later in the season, maybe that will help as well. But we will see, and you will find out with me. Take you over to this bed, but first I would just want to point out something. My zinnias have started to bloom, and I can't tell you how beautiful it is just to see this little pop of color as you start to walk over here with all this beautiful green. You see these zinnias, and these are the candy cane ones. I really am loving these, so I'm definitely going to have to save the seeds for these. So that's kind of like a yellow and red one, and then I even have like a little white and red one. Look at that. And I love this because there's just a little random red one just right here in the middle, which is perfect. And it just looks gorgeous. Every time I walk by, I'm just admiring it, and it's a beautiful zinnia. Very beautifully uniformed. I love it. Zinnias are fantastic. If you haven't grown them, you need to. They just add such a beautiful pop of color to the garden. So moving on, I have some beans. These are pole beans climbing up. And you did see earlier my cute little green bean, and there's more little baby green beans that keep popping up. There's one right there. Look how cute it is. I was showing my husband this morning. He thought I was so silly, that I thought these were just so adorable. And then right here is my cage that I have cucumbers. I have early fortune cucumbers on that other side there. And then here I have some more pole beans. These are the Kentucky blue pole beans. And I also have some basil popping up over there. That is going to be the lettuce leaf basil, and honestly I don't know how it's going to do because I am worried about this getting a lot of shade, so we shall see. And my cherry tomato plant has just been going nutso over here, and it's one of those plants where I have to come out here during the day and make sure that I get all of the suckers, because they just go crazy. I mean, they will grow the suckers within just hours. So I have to come out here and constantly pick them. Otherwise this thing will get even crazier than it looks right now. But I am getting lots of tomatoes on them, and lots of blooms are still on there. Setting on more. Look at this cluster. So I know there's not a whole lot of the blooms yet, but look at these. There's more. It's so crazy. But down here I have some tomatoes, and some are ripening. I let my Henry have the first ripe cherry tomato. He just had it the other night. And I'm hoping to do a fun little video of me and him eating our first big ripe tomato together, so look out for that. And then I have my Jing orange okra. No flowers on these yet, but I'm sure any day we will be getting some. It's my basil down there, purple opal and sweet basil. This is my country gentleman corn, getting bigger, and I noticed today that they have tassels, some of them. So you can see this one starting to get tassels. And there's another one over here also starting to get oh, I can't even talk, tassels right here. And my cosmos are really just going nuts over here. Look how bushy they are. Really beautiful though. I love them. One of my favorite flowers. My Mexican sunflower just going nuts over here also. It's really getting lots of little shoots off the sides. I can't wait to see what these look like all bloomed. My grandma's zinnia. I just think it's awesome that the prettiest one always blooms first every year. Hi, Grandma. And some of my okras are getting flowers. I love okra flowers. Now, of course, this one's not opened up right now. I had one opened up this morning and it looked really pretty. They're the most gorgeous flowers on a plant, in my opinion. More of my grandma's zinnias. Right there. There's a pretty little orange one that's coming into bloom. Okay, over on this bed, I have more zinnias. Again, pretty pop of color. These are some pretty pink ones so far. I like this little fuchsia colored one. So fun. I have my watermelon plant here on the left on the end, and I'm trying to train it to climb up this trellis, which has been very interesting because the tendrils on these ones are kind of smaller, so they're not like, you know, as easy as cucumber ones, although that one just grabbed on. But yeah, I've been getting little blooms on there, little flowers. And then I have my Market More 76 cucumbers climbing the trellis, and I do have blooms on those. And I saw some bees over here having fun, so I'm looking forward to those cucumbers. And I have to share, guys, because my best friend absolutely loves cucumbers, so I told her I would share. Some more cucumbers. This is the Armenian cucumber. Oop. Oh gosh, I got something on me. Ooh. Guys, I do not like garden bugs or pests. Like, it is the worst thing. I mean, I will take care of them if I have to, but I hate them. So if I react funny, I'm sorry. I can't stand them. When I have tomato hornworms, I have my husband pick them off for me because I can't stand to even touch them because they just have this weird texture. It's just strange. I can't touch them. So anyway, it's funny, but it's okay if you laugh at me. It's fine. And look at my dill. They're flowering and looking gorgeous. My husband noticed this morning. He's like, "Is that dill?" I was like, "Yes." He's like, "It's already flowering," and I was like, "Yeah, but I planted more, so hopefully, you know, I'll have a steady little crop of dill throughout the summer." So that's my thyme down there. Marigolds. That's a dragon tongue bush bean, and I'm actually gonna probably add one more plant over here. Maybe two more. I'm not sure. That's a zinnia popping up. That's the red cactus coming up. I really love this little yellow zinnia. I'm definitely gonna have to save the seeds on this one. It's so pretty. My little jet star tomato that I started from a sucker, and those are some more red cactus zinnias coming up. Okay, let's look at my tomatoes. So this is my Brandywine red, and the heat is definitely taking a toll on this. Look at these blooms that have just been falling off, and those ones don't look too good. But I have some other ones that hopefully will stay on and hopefully set on some more. I don't want it to be done. Get some tomatoes down at the bottom. Can't wait for those to start ripening. And then over here is my Cherokee Purple. Now I have taken off 2 tomatoes off of this. They were cracking really bad because we had like one night of like a whole bunch of rain. And the other day I didn't realize that my son was playing in the sprinkler, and the sprinkler was actually hitting this particular plant. And so it was already struggling with this leaf curl, and honestly I think it was just a combination of all kinds of things. Too much water, too much heat. We had a crazy wind at one point, so anyway, it's got a lot of leaf curl, so hopefully it'll make it okay. This is my mortgage lifter, and I think it's still sitting on tomatoes, which is pretty impressive, but there are several that are definitely dropping, as you can see there. But lots of tomatoes at the bottom. Again, can't wait for them to ripen. I have a bunch in the middle of the plant right here that are kind of covered by leaves. And then over here is, remember, my mystery. We don't know, right? Is it Cherokee Purple? Is it Brandywine Black? We don't know. Does anyone want to take a guess? Okay, this is a Cherokee Purple over here. I got some kind of weird fruits going on this one. I don't know what's happening there. But it is still setting on. Look at that little baby tomato. There's one on the other side too. So, ooh, that one's cracking. Look at that. No! I'm probably going to have to take that one off soon, so it'll ripen inside. Otherwise the cracks will just destroy it. This is my Jet Star. This is looking like one of the best tomato plants I have right now. That one's starting to ripen down at the bottom. I cannot wait, guys, until I have more than a couple ripe tomatoes at one time. And then here's my black creme. This one also has the leaf roll pretty bad. But I do have a few tomatoes on it, thank goodness, because I wanted to at least try it. Over here I've got some dragon tongue bush beans again over here, and then some purple opal basil. Some more basil there, and some more herbs, my rosemary, my dill on the other side of this trellis. And then I have some zinnias down here coming back up. So I want to talk about my peppers now. So I have a jalapeno plant here. I didn't get a chance to top this one when it was littler, so it's kind of like a longer stemmed one, but it's doing okay. I don't have too many peppers on there yet, but lots of blooms, and the blooms are starting to drop, so hopefully I'll have some peppers here pretty soon on that one. Here is the Thai Dragon hot pepper. This one's getting lots of peppers on it. They're all green right now. There. They're just kind of all over the plant though, really. My other jalapeno plant, this one has had a ton of blooms. I did get a chance to top this one, and as you can see, it's a little bit bushier than the other ones, so I should hopefully get a lot more peppers out of this plant. So not a whole lot going on just yet, but I think like this one, there is a pepper right there. Yay, it's teeny tiny. This is a Hungarian hot yellow pepper. Got one growing there. Now I did get to pick one off the other day to try, and it was pretty good. It was not hot, but then again, I can take heat pretty well, so maybe that's why it didn't seem hot to me. I should probably let Henry try that next, because he can take hot, but he'll be able to tell me if it's hot or not hot. Well, that's what I have so far. I hope you enjoyed the little tour. There are some things I'm going to be planting here pretty soon in the next month, getting ready for a fall garden, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe and comment below. I love to hear from you guys and hear what you think, and I love to get advice, and so don't be shy. Fill out that comment section. I'd really appreciate it. But I'm gonna get out of this heat and go get a big glass of ice water, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. God bless.